Hello you, and welcome to another episode of Vanilla Railworld for Beginners in Factorio version 0.17. This is episode 32. We're going to do a whole bunch of different stuff this episode. My name is Satchmo. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate taking the time to hang out with me. And yeah, let's get started. So at the end of last episode, I had the entire base being upgraded. And after I turned off the camera, I just let it run for a while to go ahead and take care of what I need to take care of. And sure enough, it all worked. I also refined the upgrade that I had done from just a generalized upgrade, which upgrades everything that can be upgraded, to a more refined version, which you can do by right-clicking the upgrade planner. So it just took the belts from yellow to red, the undergrounds, the splitters, the wood poles to the medium poles, iron chests to steel chests, and assembly machine 1 to assembly machine 2. So it didn't do things that I could have done, like turn all of the fast inserters into stack inserters. It could have done that, but it didn't because I didn't ask it to. That is something I'll probably be doing sometime in the future. At any rate, yeah, so the entire base is prepped and ready to go for the next kind of level of throughput that we're about to give it. Right now everything is off, so everything looks nice and flush, but we will be turning things on shortly. A couple things I want to do before we get to that. I want to talk a little bit about the circuit network more than I did last episode, because I mentioned you could do something cool, and I thought it would be neat if I showed you what I meant. Actually, let's put those back. I totally messed that up. Let me see. There, and then you go backwards. Okay. I wanted to rotate these guys inward. You'll see why momentarily. Let's take all of you out. All of you out. Yeah. Okay, you done? Alright, so these guys need flying robot frames now, and there's nothing in these chests. That's going to be important momentarily. Let me go ahead and get a couple decider combinators hooked up. Let me grab a couple things for those real quick. Let's get 2 of those, and then I have enough wire. I'll make a couple more just in case. Right, so the circuit network is pretty robust, and if you're kind of clever with it, you can do some pretty cool things. This is going to be a kind of rudimentary demonstration of its power, but it's going to be kind of the step up from what we did the other day when we used the same thing to limit how much heavy oil we were using. Remember, we used this one here to send out a signal A if these guys are half full, so that way we can start producing more. We can start turning heavy oil into light oil, but only if I have a substantial amount of lubricant. You could do the same thing here too, because remember I had the problem where when I turned this on, this guy was gobbling up all the robot frames before this guy could get any. And it wasn't that big a deal because I just kind of let this run in the background. But there is a way with the circuit network to kind of fix that. Well, there's probably multiple ways, but I'm going to show you the way that I do it. So how we do it is this. Or again, how I do it is this. I'm going to take a green wire and I'm going to connect it from the chest to the 2 decider combinators and then back to the other chest. So this network is going to read the contents of these 2 chests. Okay? This is the construction one. This is the logistics one. Alright, so what I'm going to say is, for this guy, if the logistics robots are greater than the construction robots, send out one signal A. Okay? So this is the one on the left here. It's saying if there are more over here than there are over here, send out signal A. I'm going to do the reverse over here. If there are more construction, greater than logistics, send out signal B. You could also use signal A here too, because you'll see why in a minute, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to connect the outputs of these to the long-handed inserters. Okay, they're not connected together; they're just connected from here to here, and then from here to here. I cleared it in between, because kind of the limiting factor here is the robot frames, and these are the ones that grab the robot frames. Right? I'm also going to take this one and say, actually, if it's greater than or equal to, that's going to make sure that this always works. You'll see why momentarily. And then I can turn these guys in. And then, okay, cool. So this is going to send out signal A if there are more of these than there are of these. And this is going to send out signal B if there are more of these than there are of these. And then I'm going to tell these guys to look for those signals. So he's in enable disable mode. You only work if there is an A signal. And you only work if there is a B signal. And then look at that. See, his little light comes on. And then his little light comes on. And then it goes back. He comes on. And then he comes on. And you see up here, this is how it's working. We have 20. It'll finish up here a second. 24. And then 18. So now this guy is the one that's looking for them. Because there are 24 in here and only 18 in here. So his light is on. He's looking for the frames when the frames come in. There's a frame comes in. He grabs it. And well, he's going to have 4 of them to get back to kind of parity. Because they grab in stacks. But once it gets to, once they equal out, it'll go back and forth. Well, actually, I take it back. Once these are empty, then it'll go back and forth. You see what I'm talking about. Right now, they're doing it kind of in chunks because there's a lot of them right here, and these guys are stack inserters. So, or because they grab from stacks. But anyway, this is a way to balance how many of the thing you're actually producing. So, this will produce equally. 21, 24. As opposed to this guy getting all of it because he's first in the chain, and then this guy having to wait. You can kind of set up a circuit like this, and they'll go back and forth, and they'll share the same ingredient. Again, there's probably kind of a more robust way to do this, a little bit more of a, I don't know. This may be a little bit more. You can probably improve on this, but this is the way I do it when I do this kind of thing. Also, I think it's really cool to see them kind of just go back and forth. So I love that kind of stuff. One more thing. There it goes. He was working. Now he's working. Now he's going back. One more thing, and I totally forgot this. You guys probably caught it. Is that I meant to do 4 of these, and I only did 2. So these guys are only getting 1 every 10 seconds when I want them to get 1 every 1 every 5 seconds. So I need twice as many of these. And now that I have robots, I can do this pretty easily. It's gonna kind of mess things up a little bit, but I'm going to cut everything. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. One second. I'm going to cut everything from here. And I'm going to move it here. I can do that while the X's are down. Okay. I'm going to cancel the deconstruct here, and I'm going to set these to more robot frames. That's what I ultimately want to do. Fill in the gap that I'm leaving with that. This is what's cool about the robots. So you make a mistake like this, it's pretty easy to fix. It'll just take a moment for me to, for the robots to actually put everything down. And then, of course, I have to kind of make a sanity check on it to make sure that everything actually works. Nope, stop that. And here they come from nowhere. Do I have any robots? I have construction right out here on me. Dump all those out of my inventory. I may as well get the logistics one out of my inventory too. There we go. Of course, they have to fly from all the way across the base to grab the stuff, but and I'll help them out. There. Alright, there we go. And the cool thing is when they copy and paste or whatever, they bring all the circuit stuff with it. So all that circuitry stuff that I did, I don't have to redo. They're going to figure it out on their own. So that's pretty cool. The devs in this game did just a fantastic job. This game is very robust. There we go. The same thing here, there. I can actually just copy paste this too, but that's okay. Gobble him up. Now these guys need to come down that far. Right? This wasn't underground, so that this could come up there. You can do the same thing here. See all these chests? I have all of these. All of these are waiting for this guy to make the steel chests. And so he's going to fill up, and then he's going to fill up, and then he's going to fill up, and so on and so forth. If you want to take the time, you could set up the network the same way. Also, I'm going to make sure that these guys are limited, just in case there was a mistake with that, but there wasn't. So yeah, everything appears to be working fine. The only thing is this guy is now out of the range of the roboport. That's okay, I can put another port over here to fix that problem. Is that, yeah. There we go. I have more logistics coverage. What are you going to bring me? Oh, they're going to bring me more robots. That's fine. Let me just double check while I'm standing here just to make sure everything's working. Yes. Yes, it is. So these guys are going to go back and forth and share. Now I have 2 more factories making robot frames. That means I'm going to get 1 robot every 5 seconds. I don't really need, that many, to be honest. But at least right now it's good to have. So there we go. And then one more thing I can do. 1 second while I sneeze. There it is. Sorry about that. While I'm thinking about it, these guys. I'm going to need stack inserters in the future. So I may as well get them ready to go. And they are actually, they're well suited to being over here in this area because of the ingredient requirements that they have. So grab those. Oops. Send some gears down this way. Right, because these stack inserters, what they do is they swing just like the fast inserters do, but they grab a bigger handful of items at a time. So they have a better throughput in the end game. So anyway, they need the gear wheels, the electronic circuits, the electronic circuits and the advanced circuits, all of which are right here in this area. So that's why I'm going to put them way over here, even though the rest of the inserters are kind of to the southwest. The only thing that they don't have is fast inserters. And so I have to make up my mind. Do I want to bring all of the red circuits down to the bottom side of the base, or do I want to bring all of the blue circuits up to the top right of the base? Of course, you can also make another factory just to produce those on site. But with robots, I think I'm just going to make a request for them. So, fast inserters, 200. So the blue box is a requester chest. I set up that this chest wants 200 fast inserters. And the thing is going to take it. The bots are going to fly all the way across from the base, fill this chest up with 200 fast inserters. That's going to be the requirement for that. So without having to do any belts or having to build anything extra, this whole thing will just work. So that's very cool. And here they come. Here comes the little army, bringing in the blue inserters all the way from across the base. You can see as soon as they dump them in here, the machine starts working, and then I get my first couple stack inserters. I'm going to do a whole row of those. Again, this will all fill up shortly. Yeah, there we go. Robots are doing their thing. Anything else I wanted to do? Yes, there's one more thing I wanted to do while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go anything that was a steel chest, make it a passive provider chest. This probably will only be a couple that I missed. But this will ensure that everything that's being put into chests, I have access to. If you look at see where my cursor is, if you look there, if anything pops up, I'll get like a little tooltip. There it is right there. So I'm getting one that says it's a steel chest that can be a passive chest. Yeah. So just one thing. Is going to be changed by that. I missed one somewhere. So if yeah, it's a good idea if you have steel chests, or if you have any kind of chest. It's pretty good to just make it a passive provider chest. they have a huge inventory, so they work just the same. If you're not using them for the circuit network, they still just work as a regular chest. But if you do need to make a request, then you already have those in place. So there we go. Cool. So that's a little bit about the circuit network. That's kind of getting the robots, again, a little bit more robust and a little bit more ready for the future. Next thing to do is to go start moving our smelting columns. You know what, while I'm down here, or while I'm up here rather, let me go ahead and grab some more yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. He's going to repair that. That's another thing too about having everything in passive provider chests, is that these robots will fix stuff for you. So, electric furnaces. Grab a whole bunch of those. I'm gonna need probably more inserters, more belts. We're finally going to start moving those furnaces and getting the rail system set up to be our main supplier of goods. Let me check out. See, the copper is finally gone, which I can... Oh, that's stone. The copper's finally gone. The stone is just going to be here forever. The stone is going to be the death of me. And we have 31k there and 33.5 there. So eventually that'll get out of the way. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to wait for it to get out of the way. I think I'm just going to build my furnaces over to the side and get started now. So anyway, let me grab... Oh, that's too many. I apologize. I forgot how much I had set this to. That's good for now. Inserters. Grab 100 more of those. I got the furnaces. Need more poles. Or I might need more poles, who knows. A couple of those. All my lamps. Okay, we'll just see. We'll come back if I need more. Yellow belts. I'm good on yellow, because I need yellow and red. Splitters. Okay. Yeah, let's go build a smelting column. Over here. No, let's build it right here. I think this is where the new smelting columns are going to be. Let me plant one down and look at it. I have my personal report turned off so that I can kind of place things down without the robots immediately jumping out and fixing it for me. Yeah, I have enough room. If anything, I can move this down a little bit in the future. Because again, the idea, and I know I mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it one more time, the bottommost part here is going to be where the resources come in to the factory from outside sources. And then that's going to go into like an interchange. So if it's all mixed up and tangled up or whatever else, I can sort it and say, okay, all the iron comes here and then all the copper goes here, whatever else. It's just going to make sure that the smelters are getting exactly what they need where they need it. And then after that is the smelters themselves. And something I haven't put up, but it's also going to be here, is that the output from the smelters is going to have to work its way onto the bus somehow. So that's why I'm actually thinking this area is probably good just to kind of leave blank. So I'm going to start the smelters right here. All right. I think I have a blueprint for this. I did make a blueprint for this. So let's get it pretty close to this area. And then, yes, this is going to be plenty of room. The only thing I want to make sure of is that I have enough room between this railroad track here. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. Again, I can move the railroad if I need to in the future. So, turn on the road port, and then everybody jumps out. I'm going to help you guys speed things along by doing the mundane task. Really, the robots here are not really helpful placing down these things, because it's pretty quick to place them down yourself. They're really helpful placing down the inserters. That's really what you need the robots for. The inserters and the power poles and stuff to make sure you don't miss stuff. So I can just run up and down and do the belts, and they can do the hard clicking stuff like the inserters. I'll wait a second for them to recharge. Otherwise, they won't get anything done. They'll just stand around. There we go. And then lastly, I can help fill in the red belts. Very cool. I'll let these guys recharge real quick. And make one more pass just to make sure that everything that needed to be placed is going to be placed. So you can be out of range while you're down there. Cool, there we go. A lot faster than the other way, right? While I'm here, let's see about, let's go ahead and place 2 of them. There we go. I'd like a little bit more control over the robots in this game. I think one day in the future you'll probably get that. Maybe something like being able to filter exactly what you want them to do, you know? So I could just say like, hey, place every ghost that I put down except for the belts. Like I want to place the belts down. Or something like that might be kind of handy. I mean, just the more control the better in this kind of game, you know? And you already have a ton of it. They did a really good job with letting you really customize kind of the way you want to play and how much power you want to have over things. But, I mean, you know, you could always do more. And the devs in this game seem like really nice people, too. They seem like they really care about the game. They really care about the community. They take feedback all the time. It's a really, really cool game. It's a really cool community. So if you're just watching this game passively, man, go pick it up. It's like $30. It doesn't go on sale. It's not part of their marketing thing. They're not going to put it on sale. They're going to sell it for that price forever. Is the idea? It may go up. Actually, who knows? But that's fine. But no, the game doesn't go on sale. They specifically say that. But it's not an expensive game, and it's a ton of fun. The community is fantastic. So yeah, go pick it up. Now what I can do is I can go snatch up this one. And this is how I'm going to do this, because you can really mess up your inventory otherwise. I'm going to turn off my Roboport, and then I'm going to decon everything. That doesn't include belts. I'm turning it off just in case I accidentally grab the belts. Because if I grab the belts with my decon planner, then I'm going to get all that ore and iron and everything too, and I do not want that. There we go. So I don't think I got any of the belts. So turn back on the road port, and they'll come snatch everything up for me. Again, I can kind of walk and help them out. I don't want that. Okay, now that the iron is off the belt, I can go ahead and grab this too. There we go. Let's let these guys charge. You can right click them to bring them into your backpack a little faster. There we go. And they charge while doing that. See, I've put almost half a battery worth of strain on this already. I'm looking forward to the next power armor, the next armor, where you get you can have even more inventory space, and you get the better roboports. Let's see. Let's drag you straight over. It's always one tile, you know. There we go. Make sure I'm still producing steel. Go, you guys get out and grab those. Try not to grab the cliffs. I don't want to do that right now. And I don't mind starving the base right now by clipping all this, because I'm not going to I'm not really running very much right now. There we go. And then as you get into the base, the construction robots in your base will start taking over things. So I don't have to worry so much about this. There we go. There we go. They'll catch up. Eventually. Let's go plug this in. And for now, I'm just going to run it just big long belts all the way over. It'll be kind of snaky, but it'll be okay. You know what? I'm sorry. Let's run it from the smelters to the patch. That might be a little bit better. There you go. Help them out. All right. Just run it straight down. Too far. Yeah, I'll move this from the left side to the right side, so I have to use less of it. This won't, after a while, this won't be here anymore. Stop. Okay. That one up. That one will connect in. There. There. And I'll have to empty this out some other way. You know what? I can do this. Huh. As weird as this is. That's really a funny idea. I'm just going to connect it back up to this. To drain those without having to put them all back in my inventory. That's a really kind of funny idea. I like that. There. So eventually this will just get like recycled back through the base and then it'll go out the other side. So I don't have to destroy my inventory doing that. Cool. Next. This will be the last thing we do is I'll plug in these 2 iron smelters. And yeah, we'll have some more fun in the future. So with this, I will have doubled my my output from where I was just right before. Again, 1 red belt is 2 yellow belts. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this amount of smelters will deplete 1 yellow. It might actually be 1 red belt. I don't remember. We'll see. There we go. I think it's 1 yellow belt. It doesn't matter. I can just upgrade it to the thing if I need to. Alright, and then let's start thinking about where these are going to start coming in from here on out. This is a good place to merge them. So you can do have that set up for the future. I need 2 of them today. Yeah, okay, so we can come all the way up to the bottom of this lake. Small pond. You guys can name the pond too. I haven't been asking people to name the lakes in the game. I have 5 lakes surrounding the base. If you guys want to name those, that's still available. Name them something funny, not vulgar. Let's see. Pull this up. And plug it in. Likewise, this guy is going to come over. I just did this, but I realize I don't actually need to do that. Here we go. Now the base is being supplied with twice as much iron as it previously was. I had 1 line going in, now I've got 2. And probably by the end of the next episode, I'll have 4. So I'll have a ton more production capacity than I do now. And that'll be awesome. There we go. See the other one flood in. I can get rid of this crap too. I need to kind of fix the belt. I've been saying that for a while. How to kind of fix the bus a little bit so it doesn't... So the balancing is better. I'll be doing that with robots. Now that I have the robots ready to go. So... Let's see. Oh yeah. A lot more iron. Alright, you guys kind of get the idea. You see how we're doing this. We're going to, we're slowly but surely kind of replace some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and get research set up so it's working. I have yellow science, which is way down here. Is there any yellow with military so I can get the coal out? Here's the military one. Here's yellow and military. Here's yellow and military. Here. Power armor 2 would be, I can kind of rush that. It's anything without purple at this point. Purple or white. Okay. There we go. This should start eating up some of this coal. And some of the stone too, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Alright, there we go, guys. Let me run back down here. Oh, I don't have the, Oh, no, I do. Yeah, they're eating. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might be a red belt. Yeah, these guys consume an entire red belt each. So what I'll need to do is I'll make these blue belts, and then the blue will split into reds, and then the reds will be fully consumed. But for now, this is okay. Let's radar down and look at things. Oh, this got recycled already. Cool. Yeah, and it gets to the point where like this patch isn't going to be enough to even fill up these belts. So I will be pulling more in soon. I wonder if I'll do a train station next episode. I'll probably just do more smelting. And try to do more research, and then we'll be doing the train station soon. So anyway, thank you guys a bunch for being here. Appreciate you hanging out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you liked what you saw. And join me again for the next episode. Thanks a bunch, guys. Bye.